The most expensive city ever imagined does not exist. Not one floor, not one apartment, not one resident. But people have already died for it. In 2017, Saudi Arabia's crown prince stood on a stage and announced Neom, a $500 billion megacity in the empty desert. Its crown jewel? The Line, a skyscraper 170 kilometers long, 500 meters tall, with mirror walls, robot maids, and its own artificial moon. 9 million people would live inside a single building. In 2026, after an estimated $50 billion spent, here is what physically exists. 2.4 kilometers of concrete foundations. 0 floors above them. So, what happened?
To understand Neom, you have to understand Saudi Arabia's math. The kingdom sells oil, a lot of it, but the tank eventually empties. Meanwhile, the population keeps growing, around 35 million people, most of them young, in an economy that still runs on one product. The Crown Prince's answer was Vision 2030, transform the country into a tourism, tech, and logistics machine before the oil age ends. And every transformation needs a poster child. Neom, a zone roughly the size of Belgium, would be that poster child. Then came the pitch video.
A city with 0 cars, 0 streets, 0 emissions. 2 parallel mirror walls, 170 kilometers long, with community stacked like a filing cabinet for humans. High-speed rail from one end to the other in 20 minutes. Flying taxis, robot maids, an artificial moon for romantic evenings. Even, reportedly, robot dinosaurs. Engineers around the world watched the presentation and asked one simple question. How? The answer, essentially, was, don't worry about it.
Construction did start. Earth movers, worker camps for tens of thousands of men, and a world record-breaking concrete pour. For years, everything was on schedule, because paper was the only place the line existed. Then came 2024. Documents leaked to Bloomberg showed the plan had quietly shrunk, not 170 kilometers by 2030, just 2.4, a 98.6% haircut. The population goal fell from 1.5 million to under 300,000. Then, the founding CEO departed, amid reporting on worker deaths and missed targets. Then, in September 2025, construction on the line was suspended entirely.
By May 2026, insiders were telling reporters that work would not resume until after 2030, and that the mirrored skyscrapers were being redesigned. New population target by 2030? About 100,000. The Sovereign Wealth Fund quietly wrote down billions. So where did the money go? Some went to Sindalah, a luxury island that threw a celebrity party in 2024, and then went very, very quiet.
Some went to Trojena, a ski resort in mountains where it essentially never snows. The 2029 Asian Winter Games, meant to be hosted there, had to be postponed. Some went to the world's largest green hydrogen plant, which, to be fair, is about 80% built. And the flagship industrial district, Oxagon, it is being turned into AI data centers.
There is a part of this story that no marketing video shows. The land was not empty. For centuries, the Huaytat tribe lived in the mountains where Neom was drawn. When construction began, they were told to leave. One man, Abdul Rahim al-Huwaidi, refused and posted videos saying so.
In April 2020, he was shot dead by Saudi security forces. 2 years later, 3 members of his family were sentenced to death in a closed terrorism court for resisting eviction. The United Nations has documented the displacement. The tribe still cannot return. And the land cleared for the city of the future is becoming, of all things,
a data center campus.
So was Neom a scam? Not exactly. It was something stranger. A country using a city as a billboard. The drone shows, the glowing renderings, the announcements, those were real products. They sold a vision of a new Saudi Arabia to investors, to tourists, and to its own young population. And pieces of it will exist. A hydrogen plant, a port, an island resort, maybe one day a shortened line. But internal documents reported by the Wall Street Journal suggested the full vision could cost nearly $9 trillion, with completion somewhere around 2080.
That is not a construction schedule. That is a horizon. And with the 2034 World Cup approaching, the show must go on, whatever the show now means. The saddest arithmetic is simpler. A man died for a building that was never built, and the only thing truly finished is the trailer. The future, it turns out, is easy to announce and brutally hard to pour.
Here's the one-line version. Neom was never really a city. It was a trailer for a country's future, and the trailer cost $50 billion. If history keeps surprising you, subscribe. We redraw the map every week. Until next time, remember, history doesn't repeat, but it always keeps receipts.